All right, welcome guys, and you're welcome to another session and another lesson. CV is one of those tools that anybody looking for job, either on-site or remote work, that you need to have. The need for this is because in the remote workspace, things are quite different. It's very possible if you are looking for a physical job for you to go to submit yourself, and during that submission, you can even talk and see some discussion. But this CV for remote work is going to speak for you. You are not there to do anything. So it is very important it follows particular pattern. So in this session, we are going to be looking at to craft an ATS-friendly CV and cover letter. What's the meaning of ATS? Applicant tracking system. So this system is one of those things put in place to make recruitment easier and very fast. So if your CV is not ATS friendly, as well as your cover letter, definitely there will be a problem during your job application. You will see that you just be sending CV, there's no call back for interview. Welcome once again. My name is Ahmed Oladipo Yekunle. You can follow me and we see how we go about it. All right. So understanding ATS, applicant tracking system. What is ATS? ATS is a kind of software, or let me say application, that manages recruitment. It manages the recruiting and hiring process by sorting, scanning, and ranking job applications. Whenever you send a CV as an applicant, ATS is going to help you to sort and rank applications. Meaning that the ATS is going to help us to sort CV that are very okay, that fit into the job description that the recruiter posted. So you sort it out. Maybe there are things there are keywords that are in the CV to be sorted. And in the process of sorting, also scan. You're going to scan through if your CV contains those keywords. Keywords that are peculiar to what they wanted you to do. And at the same time, you're going to rank the application based on how good and how qualified each CV is. They will rank and arranged. So approximately 99% of Fortune 500 companies utilize ATS to streamline their hiring procedure. So a lot of top companies use this because they don't want a situation in which even have to start sorting after receiving thousands, hundreds of thousands of applications. They need to start sorting themselves. After sorting, they scan, they see how good your CV is, how arranged everything is. At the same time, they rank for job. But this software is going to do it and makes the process seamless and very fast. So number one, filtering application. ATS acts as an initial gatekeeper, filtering out unqualified candidates based on preset criteria. They are going to set criteria for number of years, for keywords, for skills requirements, a lot of things, even for location. So for this, it's going to filter out things that are not wanted. And if your CV contains things that are not wanted or does not contain things that are needed, definitely your CV will be filtered out. Number two, ranking candidates. It ranks resume and cover letter by relevancy, primarily by identifying keywords and specific formatting. Yeah, there are ways your CV should be. There are times, majority of time, there are times you have to save your CV as PDF, not as an image, not as a document, because this applicant tracking system also would scan the format of your CV. If your CV is not readable, definitely it's not going to work on it. At the same time, some keywords will be identified. If they are not on your CV, definitely there's a problem. So it's going to rank candidate based on this, based on the number of keywords that are there, based on the formatting system, the way you arrange your CV, what each subheadings that you put on your CV. And lastly, email review. So only the top ranked CV, top rank application, these are the ones that will pass on to email to review and request for your interview. So they are going to make it through to human. The software has done its own. It has already ranked the top candidates, and this one will now be transmitted to email to check. When the recruiter check, they can now invite you for interview. It doesn't mean at the end of the day, the human might not even feel like they should remove some applications, but to a certain extent, 99% of this time, this CV will scale through and they're going to be called for interview. So when you understand how ATS work is essential for ensuring your job application, it's going to make your job application to be quite successful, because it means that you are going to know what it needs for you to pass this digital screening process and get noticed by hiring manager. All right. So structure of an ATS compliance CV. How does it look? What does it contain? How should it be formatted? So to navigate ATS successfully, your CV needs to be structured in a way that the system can read and phrase, easily read. Meaning that the format in which you are going to be getting your CV should not be in a format that will not be readable. There are some PDF that are not also readable. All this need to be definitely checked. Your CV should be readable and very easy to get scanned through. So the format of your CV is very important. It must be in a format that will be readable. So number one, it should be clean and simple formatting. Should avoid complex design, just like people that go use Canva to design their CV. Should avoid complex design, like you don't insert table in your CV, you don't embed graphics, like your pictures, intricate columns, text box, that can confuse the ATS process. This ATM has something that is going to work to us. It's not going to work with your pictures. If you have any tabular format inside your CV, you have any column, you don't have any text, but it's not going to read anything inside it. And that might be where your important information are contained. So it means that any formatting that contains all this, it won't be read. So straightforward linear layout is the best. Clear section label. You have to label your section everywhere because each CV has their own section. No section should be ATS compliance. Use conventional English such as experience, professional experience, professional summary, education, skills and certifications. Don't use ambiguous English. Don't label your section with English that are not quite common. Custom or creative heading can be misinterpreted by ATS if you are trying to change it or make it to look different. Standard font. Stick to widely recognized and ATS-friendly font like Arial, Calibri, Time New Roman, Helvetica. All these fonts are they are ATS-friendly. There are fonts that are not ATS-friendly. Once you use it, ATS will not dictate anything. Lastly, preferred file format. Save your CV as document file for optional compatibility with most ATS. Only use PDF if the job description specifically allow or request it. So some ATS might struggle to pass PDF accurately. It's quite different. Sometimes if you use documents, it might get scattered along the way. If you use PDF, that PDF should be readable because not all PDF are readable. Not all PDF are readable. It is very important to have your CV in the format of document and PDF that are readable, that can be scanned and uploaded and used by the ATS. If none of these happen, definitely it means that the ATS is going to struggle to check through your CV. They will struggle. Now, what are those things how should you write your achievement? Because people just like whenever they put their job role, the way they work, they always like to list their job description. So instead of simply listing your responsibility, like example, responsible for sales activities and managing customer account, manage a client portfolio, conduct product demonstration, prepare sales reports. These are just responsibility. They are not going to be effective in the face of ATS. Because these are things that you are even expect it's you that you are posting the job to put in the job you are posting, not someone that is applying to be putting on their CV. So this approach demonstrates kind of negligence to me if you have been writing this. Rather than why don't you make it achievement based, which is highly effective. So instead of saying responsible for sales activity and managing customer account, you can say increased sales by 25% within 6 months through strategic client engagement. Definitely, this is having a lot of things. Number one is having increased, which is an actionable verb. Number two is having metric, which is 25%. It is achievement based. It has duration within 6 months. So if you see these two different illustration, definitely you know that they are quite different. So you are responsible for sales activities and managing customer accounts. But this one is telling you that what that person achieved, he achieved an increase in sales by how many? By 25% within 6 months. Which means through strategic client engagement. See another one, grew key key client accounts by 15% year over year. Next one, lead 50 plus successful product demonstration, converting 30% into new clients. Lastly, develop weekly sales performance report, informing quarterly strategy adjustment. So these are things that you should put in your CV, not your responsibility. Not about responsibility every time you talk about responsibility. No. You use strong action verb and quantify your accomplishments. Use numbers to quantify, reasonable quantification. Don't just pick it offhand. Don't just put any number that you cannot defend. Make sure you use what? Reasonable number, percentage, and metrics to make your description compelling and ATS friendly. Because ATS also search for numbers like this. Search for numbers, especially in your job, your previous job experience sections. So when you are writing, you write achievement-based job description, not responsibility-based job description. Initially, before now, that's what we are used to. So it means as a Nigerian, as an African, that you are not in the remote workspace. You have a CV that is not ATS compliant. When you want to apply, you have to make sure you change all these things and make your CV to be ATS compliance. Moving forward, we have to talk about keyword optimization for CV and cover letters. Keywords are crucial for ATS to identify your suitability for the role. But because each role has its own keyword. When I'm talking about keywords, meaning that what are those key skills? Key skills, either soft or technical skills that are required in those jobs. They form the keywords. They are the relevant keywords that can increase your chance. If they are on your CV, ATS is going to pass you. If they are not on your CV, it means that you are not qualified for the job. Your CV doesn't portray you as someone that is ready for the job. Number one, mirror job description. Whenever you see a job application, you have to mirror what they need in that job. Meaning that you are giving them back what they need. Carefully analyze the job posting and extract the exact phrases and terms used. So if in the job description they say that they need project management, a person with the project management skills, you are not going to use managing projects. You are still going to use that project management skill. You are going to still go to use that project management. So you are not going to use managing projects, because that twist now change a lot of things. Project management will still be used, should be used in your CV. So that project management serves as what kind of keywords. Number two, includes abbreviation and full terms. So if a term has a common abbreviation like CRM, that's customer relationship management, include both in your document to cover all the bases for the ATS. Meaning that if you are writing CRM in the front, you can what bracket cover CRM, customer relationship management. So these are things that if you are writing VA, virtual assistant, you put the full write-up for ATS to cover everything. And the third one is natural integration. Integrate keyword naturally throughout your professional summary. Yeah, when we get to the practical section, we are going to see how we are going to be integrating ATS keywords inside our professional summary, our skill section, and description of our experience. We have to avoid keyword stuffing, which can be penalized by ATS. Putting keywords like just putting keywords irrelevantly. Because if you do that, the ATS is going to what? It's going to identify it and it's going to what? Penalize your CV. You don't overpopulate your CV with keywords. Just put in every jargons. Put those that are very important and those strategic points on your CV. And the goal is to demonstrate strong match for the job. Tell ATS that you are qualified for the job is to speak the same language that your job description is speaking, but in another way, in a way that is going to allow ATS to pass you. Now, we have to talk about writing a winning cover letter that converts. CV has its own part, cover letter has its own part. So well-crafted cover letter complements your CV. As you are dropping your CV, cover letter should follow. Because cover letter tends to allow you to be able to express yourself, talk about your achievement, talk about why you should be selected for the job. CV will not do that. CV only highlights your experience, highlights your skills, highlights your education, highlights your training and certifications. But cover letter is going to go a long way to tell the person reading it who you are professionally, what you accomplished professionally, and how you tend to fit in to the company to work for them in that role and to help them to achieve their desired results. So if you are still writing your cover letter, it should have a kind of personalized narrative about yourself. It's going to highlight your motivations and the fit for the role. It is your opportunity to express enthusiasm and professionalism, to express yourself, talk about your achievement, talk about a time in which you give a solution and in similar roles, in similar position. These are what is expected of you in the cover letter. But that doesn't mean cover letter should not be ATS or compliance. Part of those things in your cover letter should be personalized address. Whenever possible, address the letter directly to the hiring manager by name. Yes, whenever you have the name of the manager, hiring manager, you know that person, you know that person by name, use that name. You just have to be direct. Don't use hello, dear hiring manager. Use the name of that person directly. This shows initiative and attention to details. Even though they might not put it there, you might go your way to get it. So this really tell them that you are serious and show attention to details. Number two, standard business format. Use a clean single column layout, left align text and no graphics. Maintain a professional tone throughout. Yeah, don't put pictures. Let the layout be very okay, and don't put table and what have you. Highlighting relevancy. You have to clearly articulate your most relevant skills in your write-up. It has to be there. Skills that are relevant to the job, the experience that are relevant to the job, the career goal that align with the position. These are things that you put in your CV. You are applying for virtual assistant. If you've done virtual assistant before, even after that, you still do another role. You have to talk about the virtual assistant in your cover letter. About the experience and skill that you possess that are good with the job. Explain how you can add unique value to the company. It is very important. I've said this before. It is very important. Concise and focused. Keep your cover letter very brief. Typically 3 to 4 short paragraphs and not more than 1 page. It is very important you take note. Not more than 1 page. Once is 1 page, you are good. 3 to 4 paragraphs is okay. So a compelling cover letter can transform your application from good to be an unforgettable one. They've seen your CV, ATS compliance fine. Reading to your cover letter, they'll be mesmerized and it's going to boost your chance of getting called for an interview. Cover letter tips for ATS success, because ATS also scan cover letters. You see cover letter as a kind of personal statement about yourself, about your professional life, about your experience that make you fit for the job. So cover letter needs also to be ATS friendly, meaning that the format should be okay, should be well read, should be read by ATS software easily. And also it should contain what strategic keywords use. Take note, keywords is very important. You have to integrate keywords that from the job posting, the job description that they posted, you have to use it in your cover letter, in the way you use it in your CV. You have to also conclude with professional closing, like sincerely. Regards. The way you end your letter is very important. Your cover letter, don't use any language. Regards, sincerely, include your full contacts, making it easy for a recruiter to follow up and reach out to you. Consistent file format, talk about document, PDF. Especially when they specify in the job description. That's why you have to read that job description very well. They know the format in which they love to have, so you have to read it very well. And also searchable text. Or just on your cover letter, they can decide to search some keywords. Remember that ATS treats your cover letter as a searchable text. So optimize it such that it will look exactly the way your CV look. To ensure relevant information are easily discoverable on it. So we also have to look at common mistakes on our CVs to avoid those mistakes. So even highly qualified candidates can be overlooked due to a common mistake in the application material. Avoid this pitfall to ensure your CV makes it past ATS. Number 1, complex formatting. Don't use table. I've said that before. Don't use text box. Don't use header and footer, image. All those things are not what it is going to read. Keep it simple and text-based only. Don't use vague job description. Don't use generic description without quantifiable achievement. If you are not doing this, it's not going to impress ATS. Even for human, when you read something, someone tell you that in 6 months I was able to achieve so thing. It's quite different for just saying that this is what I do. This is my responsibility. Number 3, keyword omission. Let's make sure that your CV, your cover letter contain keywords. It helps sell it helps ATS to consistently check through and recommend your CV by ranking it higher. So incorrect file type. Don't use JPG. Don't use custom PDF layout. Use the one that is highly readable by ATS. Ignoring instruction. When you are ignoring instruction, it goes a long way to affect you. So when a certain instruction is given, you have to be very careful in your CV to look through because it can lead to automatic disqualifications. So looking at all these common mistakes, these are things that are going to help us to write a very good CV. So what are the real world impacts? Why ATS optimization matters? Why do you have to optimize your CV? Because the impact of ATS on modern hiring is profound because everybody is mostly using it. So understanding and adapting it to its requirement is no longer optional but very critical. You will not like to be sending your CV so many times and you are not getting results. You send a lot of CV, maybe you apply for 30 jobs in a month and there's no reply. So it means that you optimizing your CV to ATS compliance is not optional, it is very critical. So qualified candidates is 75%. So a staggering 75% of otherwise qualified candidates are rejected by ATS due to formatting error or a lack of relevant keywords and never reach email recruiters. So you see that out of the 100%, it's only 25% that scale through. For cover letter, 83% of recruiters agree that an understanding cover letter can secure an interview. Can even if the resume has some weakness, it provides a crucial context and personality. Just like I said, your CV cannot really talk for you like that because you won't be able to express yourself in your CV. But your cover letter is an avenue for you to talk about yourself, about your experience, how qualified you are for the job, how you can bring solution to the problem the company is having, why they are recruiting you, and also increase interview chance. Optimized application are more than twice as likely to pass ATS screening, significantly increase your chance of reaching the interview stage. Yes, your CV, your cover letter, and even your portfolio, they are going to take you through the interview stage. So if it is well optimized, be well guaranteed that you are going to get to that stage. So when you invest your time in optimizing your application material, your CV, and your cover letter, you are dramatically improving your visibility to hiring managers. You are giving yourself the possibility of getting called for an interview. So at the conclusion level, your ATS-friendly application checklist that you have to take note. Number one, the formatting should be clear. Number two should be achievement-based description based on quantifiable metrics, numbers, which are measurable, actionable verbs. Number three, your keywords optimization. Integrate the relevant keywords inside your CV and your cover letter. These are keywords that are gotten from the job posting, from the job description. And also personalized cover letter. It has to be personalized for each job. Craft a concise, tailored cover letter addressing the hiring manager directly. And correct type format should be downloaded and should be uploaded for your job application. And you should take note, one CV is not fit for applying for all jobs. For each job that you're applying to, there's a need for you to both optimize and personalize your CV also. So if you are applying for the same role, each job description are quite different. So there's a need for you to personalize it, reformat it, re-edit it before you submit it for job application. Thank you, and I see you in the next class. Bye bye.